morning, children. How are you? Are you fine? Yes, now we will study life on earth. Okay, life on earth. Already we studied lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. Yes, we studied this all. Profile of soil studied, particle of soil studied. Yes, clay soil, sandy soil. Encampment or river, terrace forming, that all studied. Yes. Now we will study. Yes. Now we will study animals depends upon plants. Dependence of animals on plants. Every animals depend on plants. That we know. Yes. We also depend on plants. Yes. That biotic elements and abiotic elements are interdependent upon each other. Yes, biotic element and abiotic elements are also interdependent upon each other. That already we studied ecosystem. Yes, the biotic elements and abiotic elements. That's interdependent. Now the animals depends upon the plants. Everybody see the picture. The animals depend upon the plants. See, elephant eating the plants. Giraffe eating the plants. Goat, grass, eating grass. Cow, buffalo, that like some animals directly eating plants. Okay, only eating plants. For obtaining food, it is the sources of energy. Sources of energy. Animal being heterotrophs cannot prepare their own food. Plants only prepare their own food. Animals are heterotrophs. Heterotroph means taking food from the plant. Okay? Not preparing own food, taking food from the plant. Depend upon plants, whether directly or indirectly for food. Directly taking, otherwise indirectly taking. Okay? Yes. These are heterotrophs. Okay? Goat, cow, buffalo, elephant, that like some animals eating food from the plants. We are taking shelter. Shelter, many animals. Human being also taking wood from the plants and making the house. After birds, some animals also sitting on the trees, bats. That is monkey, bat, squirrel, that all are sitting on the trees. Okay, make their home and take shelter amongst the branches of the tree. Yes, bats are making their home. Monkey also sitting on the trees. Squirrel also sitting on the trees. That like these type of animals depend upon the plants to maintain balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide by the process of photosynthesis. This helps to maintain the environment. How the oxygen, the plants giving oxygen to us, all human beings, all animals taking oxygen from the plants. After that we are giving carbon dioxide to the plants. That like our environment also maintaining. This one helps to maintain the environment. Helps the maintain the environment. Human depend on plants for fiber also. Fiber. Yes, we know fiber. Yes, cotton fiber. coir, jute, linen. These are the fibers. Okay, the fibers we are taking from the plants. That different fibers using we are using. Yes, various plants serve medical purposes too. Some plants, medical plants are there. We are taking plants. We are taking medicinal plants. Neem, turmeric, eucalyptus, cloves, etc. More plants are there. Yes, these are medicinal plants. That also we are taking from the plants. Natural dyes such as indigo is a plant product too. The gum, rubber, resin are plant excretory products put to commercial use by man. Put to commercial use by man. That means cotton, cotton, core, turmeric, gloves. These are the these plants are cotton, core, turmeric and gloves that we are using as a medicinal. Yes. Next, these all plants, maximum more plants we are using. Rice that for food we are taking. Animals also taking food. That like human being, all animals depend upon plants. All animals depend upon plants. Okay, we have to see dependence of plants upon animal. The plants and animals depend on each other. Plants upon animal. Plants upon animal. That for pollination, the plant you see the pollination time, that bees, ants, bats serve as an agent of pollination. Agent of pollination. So the some plants, some animals, bees, and bats, these are agent of pollination. So it is also depend on the animals. Okay, for dispersal of seed, the seeds of fruits like apple, guava may get dispersed through the means of matter. Fecal matter. These seeds plant like xanthium may get stuck to the goat of animal and get dispersed. Some dispersal of seeds. We are eating fruit, some animals eating fruit, some squirrel eating food, that, fruits and the seeds are going other place because that feeds time that the seeds will come out. So which place we don't know. That all places, squirrel taking and going any place and that giving there, that like fruits that birds also doing, my animals also dispersal of seeds. So maximum more animals, birds also, human being also dispersing the seeds. So the seeds are going one place and another place, that plant producing the plant. Okay, next, maintaining fertility of soil. Maintaining fertility of soil. The excretory waste of animals that we know are nitrogenous in nature. That is that is a fertility of soil. That is a nitrogenous in nature. So they contain nitrogen. The animal may die and decompose in the soil too. Yes, animal die, that are decomposing. That one increase the nutrient content of soil and make it fertile. The fecal content of animal also lend fertility of soil. That means what? The cow dung, goat dung, that all put into the field. Why? Because that is a one kind of manure. That is good manure. So that manure increase the increase the nutrient content. It is a fertility of soil. So we are put inside the field. So plants will grow properly because that have more fertility. So next one, the carbon dioxide produced by animals. Carbon dioxide produced by animals during respiration is taken up by plants to carry out photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide produced by animals. Yes, yes, respiration time carbon dioxide going out. That carbon dioxide plants are taking. Ants are taking that carbon dioxide and giving to the oxygen for us. Okay, that like it is very important one that maintain the environment. Next one, decomposers. Decomposer, already we studied. Decomposer mean you know. Yes, what is decomposer? Decomposer means some dead animals and dead plants uh, that means bacteria or fungi are growing there and decaying all matter. All things will decay with soil. That is a decomposer. Bacteria and fungi help carry out the decay and rotting of dead plants and animals. They help to return mineral, making the bodies of plants and animals back to nature. That one going to the soil. That also fertility. That also land fertility. That is increase in nutrient content of soil. So they help to return the mineral making to bodies of plant and animal after back to the nature. That dead animals is back to the nature. So these minerals and elements are taken up by the plants and animals and cycle continue because how that will go to the nature. The root of the plants will taking the minerals and taking minerals the plant. Yes, the plant after dead, that one going inside the soil. After another plant will take the nutrients, yes, that have minerals, that like cycling the cycle continuous. So decomposes doing like this. Next also decompose absorb some of the nutrient during process of decomposition to fulfill their nutritional requirements. How many, what are the requirements, nutritional requirements, this one decomposer fulfilling. Okay, so hence we see how the prebiotic elements, plants, animals and microorganisms are interdependent upon each other. Biotic elements, plants and animals and microorganisms are interdependent of each other. Okay, biotic all interdependent each other. Plant, animal, microorganisms. Microorganisms decompose that bacteria and fungi. Okay, plants, animals and microorganisms also interdependent upon each other. Okay, do you understand? Do you understand, children? Plant and animals depend on each other. Plants and animals and microorganisms also interdependent each other. Okay, so next we will see dependence of plants and animals on abiotic factors. Biotic factors, abiotic factors. Already we studied this lesson, same lesson. Yes, biotic means living things, living. Abiotic means non-living. What are the living things you know? Abiotic means sunlight, wind, air, temperature, that like these are abiotic. This biotic and abiotic making ecosystem includes all abiotic and biotic factors on particular environment. That is a ecosystem. What is ecosystem? All biotic and abiotic factors in one particular environment, that is a ecosystem. Ecosystem also already we studied. This biotic element depend upon the abiotic element. Biotic element depend upon the abiotic element. Why? Because plant is growing that want temperature, sunlight, soil, minerals. These all abiotic factors. So, biotic elements also depend upon the abiotic factors. That one we will see. Plants depend on soil to anchor themselves and to obtain nutrient and water. Some animals to live in the soil. Example: snakes, rats, ants. Snakes, rats, ants. Okay, these are the examples of plants depend on the soil. Okay, soil. Snake sitting inside the soil. Rat also, ant also that want soil. So that is very important one. Plants and animals depend on groundwater for their water requirement. Plant and animals depend on groundwater for water requirement. Plants obtain many minerals like nitrogen, potassium, sulfur, etc. through the medium of water. Through the medium of water, these minerals are required to carry out of the life process of plants and animals. They depend on air for oxygen, for respiration. Plants depend on air for carbon dioxide also to carry out of photosynthesis. So depend of air for oxygen. They depend on air for oxygen. Every every animals and human beings depend on air for oxygen, for respiration. Plants depend on air for carbon dioxide also to carry out photosynthesis. So this type of oxygen and carbon dioxide depend. Okay, plants depend on light for photosynthesis. Every plants want light, sunlight, preparing food. Okay. Yes, dependence of abiotic factors upon biotic factors. Biotic factors, abiotic factors depend. Okay. Here already we studied biotic elements depend upon the abiotic elements. Now we will see abiotic factors upon biotic factors. How? What is, you know that abiotic factors upon biotic factors. Abiotic factors also depend upon the biotic factors. For example, water vapor released by transpiration and respiration helps carry out of water cycle and maintain amount of water on earth. It is also very important. Here, water is a abiotic factors. Water vapors released from the transpiration, the plant. Okay, by transpiration and respiration help to carry out water cycle and maintain the amount of water on earth. Water on earth. Next example, the root of plants hold the soil particles. The root of the plant hold the soil particles together and prevent its erosion. Prevent its erosion, soil erosion, control soil erosion. More plants are planting here and there that make the control the soil erosion, prevent the soil erosion. So it is very important. Soil is maintained, built up. So the abiotic factors upon the biotic factors. The balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide is maintained by plants and animals. Carbon dioxide and oxygen maintained in the environment that maintained by plants and animals only by the process of photosynthesis and respiration. Plants and animals taking carbon dioxide, plants taking carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. Human beings and animals taking oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. So maintaining the balance, the environment. Okay. So that like the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide is maintained. So next one, the minerals and the elements are recycled with the help of decomposer. Already we studied that dead plants and animals, after the dead, the fungi and bacteria going and sitting taking the food and decomposing that one, and that one giving the fertility to the soil. Fertility to the soil. After that, plant will take it that minerals and some things, and that one growing after dead, that same plant, that like cycling, that the cycled with the help of decomposes. When the members of two different species in interaction that affect each population both ecologically and evolutionarily, it is termed as symbiosis. What is symbiosis? Symbiosis means two different species engage interaction and affect each population both ecologically and evolutionarily. Okay, ecologically and evolutionarily, the two different pieces engage in interaction. That means what? In lower classes also studied. That means one example I will say. That means one algae and fungi grow in same place. Algae and fungi grow in same place. Algae preparing the food, that food fungi taking. Okay? Fungi giving the water to the plant. Water to the plant. The algae sitting together, fungi and algae sitting together, that is called symbiosis. Symbiosis. Okay, two different species engage in interaction. Okay, that is a symbiosis. Next one, predation. Predation is a biological interaction where a predator that is a organism that is hunting, that is a predator, feeds on its prey, feeds on its prey, that is organism that is attacked. That means hunt பண்ணிட்டு hunt பண்ணுதவனும் அதை சாப்பிடுறவனும் hunt பண்ணி அது அழிந்து போறதும். Okay, predation is a biological interaction where the predator and feed on its prey. Predator யாரு hunt பண்ணி அதை கொன்னு சாப்பிடுறாங்கல்ல. Okay, organism that is attacked, that is a predation. Okay, biological interaction, that is a predator feed on its prey, that is a predation. Okay, next, parasitism. What is parasitism? Parasite. Parasitism is a non-mutual relationship between species where one species, the parasite, benefit at the expense of other, the host. That means one parasite sitting on the animal, otherwise human being. Okay, one parasite sitting on the animal, otherwise human beings, and taking food from the animals. Understand? That taking food from the animals, taking blood, otherwise some food taking from inside sitting, some worms are sitting in our stomach. Yes, some worms, yes, that taking food from us, some animals also. Yes, that like that is a parasitism. Hence we see how all components of the ecosystem are the constant interaction. That means every components of ecosystem are in constant interaction. No, that one depend upon others. That like every components of the ecosystem are constant interaction with each other. This interaction forms basis of the ecology of ecosystem. Is a ecology of ecosystem. Biotic factors, abiotic factors depend upon each other. Okay, biotic factors depend upon abiotic factors. Abiotic factors depend upon biotic factors. These together make an ecosystem. Okay, this like depend upon the plants and animals on abiotic factors. Depends the abiotic factors upon biotic factors. Okay, next one, we have to see useful plants from which we get food. What is some useful plants? Some useful plants we will see. Everybody see the picture. Beetroot, spinach, turnip, cauliflower. These are vegetables. Yes, that we are eating. Yes, these are vegetables. Yes, we get food from the plants. These foods are get from the plants. Plants primarily serve as a source of food. Plants always storing the food. That food only we are taking. So we have cereal crop like rice, wheat, that like more. Yes, rice, wheat only not. More that cereals are taking. Potato, the tuber crops. Sugar cane is a sugar crop. The clove is a bud. Cinnamon is a pork. Is a pork. And cardamom are spice crops. The turmeric underground stem, garlic are also spice crops. These all are sources of food. Storing the food. Serve as sources of food. Tea, coffee. Tea and coffee are plantation crop. These tea and coffee are plantation crop. Groundnut, mustard, linseed or soy oil crops or oil crops. Gram, lentil, lentils, legumes and legumes are pulse crops. Pulse crops. These food crops are sources of carbohydrate. These all food crops are sources of carbohydrate, protein, fat, minerals, etc. These all food crops, these oil crops, gram, lentil, wheat, potato, clove, turmeric, tea, coffee, that everyone have protein, carbohydrate, fat, minerals also there, etc. also that are needed for the growth and working of the body. These all are important for our body that have more minerals that were needed for the growth and working of the body. So we are every day eating rice, wheat like this, coffee, groundnuts, some snacks we are eating. Yes, that like food we get from plants. Food we get from plants. These are we are getting from the plants. These are the useful plants. More plants are useful plants. More plants are useful plants. Yes, here these are for food. That food we studied some foods. Yes, rice, wheat, potato, clove, cardamom, turmeric, groundnut, mustard, oil crops, gram, lentils, legumes. These all are for food. We are using food. Okay. As next one we have to see use of plants. Use of plants means we make wood that for food. Okay. That also use of plants only. Use some useful plants. This also useful plants that is useful for food. Okay. Use of plants, that is we make wood from trees. We make paper from trees. We use cotton to make clothes. We use rosette to make perfume. We use herbs to make natural medicines. We use wheat to make bread. That like more useful are there. More useful are there. Yes, cardamom is a queen of spices. Saffron is a costliest spice on the earth. Costliest saffron, the dried stigma of flower. Dried stigma of flower, cardamom. Yes, queen spice. That is a costliest spice. Okay. Yes, plants also serve as sources of fiber. Plants giving the fibers also. cotton fiber. Yes, cotton fiber. That is, we are using the, we are making food, we are making cloths. We use cotton to make cloths. Okay. After, cotton is obtained from the seed hair of cotton plant. Jute. Jute also we know. Jute, you know, jute and linen are obtained from the stem of jute and flax plant respectively. Flax plant, jute plant and flax plant. Okay. That one, jute and linen we are preparing. Okay. Core. Core is obtained from the coconut husk. Coconut husk, we know coconut husk, yes? Coconut husk, banana tea. Okay. That industrial products such as resin, rubber, gum, latex are the excretory products of plants being put to use by man. Indigo is a natural dye obtained from the plants. Indigo, natural dye obtained from the plant. Industrial products, resin, rubber, gum, latex, these are also taken from the plants. Okay. Yes, excretory. Latex or the excretory product of plants being put to use a man by man. Okay, latex being collected from the plant. That we, you know, latex rubber மரம். Rubber பால் எடுத்து என்ன செய்யறது? Rubber, gum, okay, resin also preparing. Okay, next, plants serve medicinal purposes too. Medicinal purposes. First we studied for food, next fiber, next medicinal. Medicinal plants are more. Plants are there. Neem, eucalyptus, turmeric, ginger are used to cure ailments. The Charaka and Ayurvedic system of medicine use plants as the sources of medicine. Sources of medicine. So it is a useful plants. Use of plants. Use of plants. Okay. Use of plants we studied for food. Some plants we studied. After fiber. Fiber also we studied. Industrial product also studied. After medicinal purposes also. Yes, medicinal plants also very useful for us. Okay. Next one, animal product. Otherwise, some useful animals. Some useful animals we will see. Animals also serves as sources of food for man. Yes, animals also serves as sources of food for man. Cow, buffalo, goat are used as dairy animals. Dairy animals. They are sources of, they are sources of milk, hen, duck, and turkey, poultry animals. That means any material derived from the body of animal, that is example fat, flesh, blood, milk, eggs, and lesser known products such as isinglass and rennet. These all are the animal products. Animal products. More animal products are there. Let's only given here. Plus animal products, they provide us give egg, milk, milk, meat, that is a flesh. Egg are good sources of protein, iron, vitamin A, B, sorry, A, D, E, K. These are vitamins are there. Bees make honey. Bees make honey. The flesh of sheep, goat, hen is also eaten. Flesh of sheep we are eating, yes. Goat, hen is also eaten. Fish is a very good sources of protein and vitamin A, E, and K. Fish, okay. Fish, vitamin A, D, E, vitamin K. These all vitamins are in the fish. Okay. What are the vitamins are in egg? vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. Okay, fish also vitamin A, D, E, K. Okay, the next oxen, bullock, mules, camels, donkeys are used for working animals. Next, working animals. Working animals that we know. Yes, bullock, cart. Yes, blowing the field. Yes, that camel also, camel cart is there. They're doing some works are there. Donkey taking some things. Yes, they can going, and it is a working animals. Working animals, they help in plowing in field or transportation of goods. Transportation of goods, plowing the field. Plowing the field and transportation of goods. Transportation of goods. So next one, the or another examples also there. We will see this one. This another one example, that is animal provide us with fiber too. The cocoon of silk moth yield the silk fiber. Everybody see the picture. Life cycle of a silkworm. Life cycle of a silkworm. Animal provides fiber too. The cocoon of silk moth yield the silk fiber. The different qualities of silk depend on the leaves upon which the larva feeds. The famous mulberry silk is obtained from the cocoons of the pupa. The larval form of the bee, larval fall of which fed upon mulberry leaves. Yes, first the mulberry, that leaves are there. That moth, adult silk moth, silk moth adult laying the egg on the leaf. After the leaf, the egg will catches the egg and give the larva. More larva will come. The larva eating mulberry plant and making the pupa. Making the pupa. That is a cocoon. Cocoon. Okay, pupa. That is a cocoon. That cocoon, and that means the worm is inside only. That silk, that is silk fiber will come out and making a house, that cocoon. Okay, that is a pupa. That pupa changes into the moth. After the pupa changes, the pupa inside that larva is there. The larva changes the moth. It is a silk moth. That only, after that only giving egg. After that egg change into the larva. After the larva grow into the cocoon, that is a pupa. After that pupa, inside that larva change the size, that is a moth, silk moth. Okay, it's like this one will give the silk for us. This one, the famous mulberry silk, is obtained from the cocoon of pupa. The pupa have silk. That is a thread of silk. Okay. Famous mulberry silk is obtained from the cocoons of pupa. The larva are formed which fed on mulberry leaves. Okay, is like animals making different one. So silkworm, the silkworm making the silk, that is also one kind of fiber that are that is taken from the plants. Okay, that also mulberry plant only. The animal laying egg and giving the larva, that like making the silk, that is also one kind of fiber. That fiber we are using and making the silk cloths. Okay, next one, animals we are used to make handbags. Hide of animals use make handbag, pallet, jackets, footwears. These are made from the animals. Camel, cow, crocodile of skin. Skin of crocodile, skin of cow, skin of camel. Commonly used to make leather products. Leather products also taken used from the leather products are the animal hide of animals, that is the skin of animals. Okay. Next, a commercial product such as shellac. Shellac. Shellac is obtained from the lac insect. Lac insect. That musk is obtained from the musk deer. Ivory is obtained from the tusk of elephant. The horn of rhinoceros is used for medicinal purpose also. Ivory, we know that. You see the picture, everybody? Ivory. That have elephant, tusk of elephant. That also commercial product. Okay, these are commercial product. That is shellac obtained from the lac insect. Okay, these also commercial product. Musk, musk obtained from the musk deer. Okay, ivory obtained from the tusk of elephant. Horn, horn of rhinoceros, medicinal purposes. These all are commercial products. These all are commercial products. Okay. Next one, man's activities harming the environment. Human impact on the environment. What are the human impact on the environment? The effect of human overpopulation. Overpopulation. Effect of human overpopulation, that is loss of land and habitat. Water and food shortage. Poor sanitation. Species extinction. Poverty. Emerging diseases. This man is carrying out extensive deforestation also. To deforestation to build cities, industries, carry out mining, etc. Deforestation is disturbing the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Hence, it is indirectly causing global warming also. Deforestation is reducing the rainfall, hence affecting the climate. So, soil erosion also being brought about due to the deforestation. Deforestation lead to loss of biodiversity. Now, how much deforestation? See, man only cutting the trees. That is deforestation. That more human beings in the world means that making the house, city, industries, that like carry out mining, that like you are doing more work. So man is carrying out in extensive deforestation to build cities, industries, carry out mining. Okay, these all making deforestation. Deforestation is disturbing the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, take a global warming, reducing the rainfall, affecting the climate, soil erosion also done after loss of biodiversity. Loss of biodiversity after the deforestation causes soil erosion, loss of habitat. So more habitat, that animals habitat, loss of habitat, and species extinction, more animals extinct. Worldwide, about half of area covered by forest has been cleared. Loss of diversity or biodiversity also. Variety of organism in ecosystem and imbalance gas extinction. So it is very dangerous one. So human impact on environment. Man's activity harming the environment. man's activity harming the environment. Okay. After next one, since the soil is lost due to deforestation, groundwater level also falls. Why? Groundwater level also falls. This is because rainwater percolates through soil to form the groundwater. Soil to form the groundwater. The problem is compounded by the fact that man is using more water for luxurious needs and is being replenished. But a human being only taking more groundwater, pumping up and using more groundwater and wasting that. Replenished is causing rapid depletion of groundwater. Next, next human activity harming the environment. The use of fossil fuels by man, diesel, petrol, release oxides of carbon, sulfur, and nitrogen into the air. Yes, diesel, petrol release oxide of carbon and oxide of sulfur, oxide of nitrogen to the air. This brings about global warming. It is also spoiled the quality of air. Sulfur dioxide, sulfur carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide harming the air, making the global warming, and the oxides of sulfur and nitrogen when mixed with the rainwater and form a acid rain. Acid rain corrodes buildings, spoil plants and soil. It harms the skin of animals too. Okay. The use of CFC, the chlorofluorocarbon in coolant to bring about the thinning of ozone layer, hence harmful ultraviolet radiation of sun may reach the earth's surface. These UV rays may cause skin cancer, cataract of eyes. They also inhibit photosynthesis in plants. Okay, next pollutant gases released due to combustion of fossil fuel. This also nitrous oxide is one such pollutant, nitrous oxide. Mining carried out by man causes pollution of nearby land. The slag produced due to the refining of a metal ore dumped onto the soil. The mining and asbestos, coal, silica also lead to pollution of the air with particulate matter. This may lead to respiratory problem. Large areas of forest have to be cleared to carry out mining. This affects the biodiversity. This also affects the biodiversity. Hydroelectric power projects also built in mountainous region by induced slides. This project clear away large forest area too. They also displace people who are not compensated adequately. This can become a social problem. Social problem. This also make a social problem. Biological magnification, bioaccumulation, that the concentration of harmful substances increase in organism and higher trophic level in food web. Another pesticide use also, that making the chemical to kill and control pests will sometimes kill non-target species. எதை கொல்லணுமோ அது கொல்லாது. Non-target species pollute water sources, causes health problems. These pesticides using that make a problem, called health problem also. Pollute the water also. Okay, that like that making impact on the environment. Human impact on the environment. Next one, we have to see conservation of environment. conservation of environment. Conserving the environment. That means how will you conserve? Afforestation. New plants. Grow new plants. Afforestation can be encouraged. It also practice planting trees in place of cut down trees. Each place cutting the trees, that place you planting the trees. That is a good. Okay. Afforestation can be encouraged. Afforestation will promote soil formation, soil fertility, soil formation. That is soil prevent the soil erosion. So effect of global warming would be lesser. Effect of global warming would be lesser. So climate also will get good climate will come. It also promote biodiversity. Balanced nature would be maintained. Oxygen, carbon dioxide balance also maintaining. Rain, since rain would be induced. So forestation is good for everyone. Okay, use of fuels should be minimized. That means we are using more fuels. Yes, fossil fuels. That minimize that is good. Alternate sources energy may be used. For example, solar energy, hydroelectricity energy, wind energy that we are using that is good for us. So some alternate sources. This would prevent pollution as well as help conserve the fossil fuels. Okay, non-renewable and exhaustible that prevent the pollution that is very pollution that everyone polluted nowadays everyone polluted, so we will prevent that pollution. So use of fossil fuel should be minimize the fossil fuel. Don't use more fossil fuels. More fossil fuel we are using means that making the pollution. So we will use solar energy, hydroelectricity, our wind energy, that like we are using that is good. See, use of clean fuel like CNG, use of public means of transport, cycling, walking would also to address issue pollution due to fossil fuel. We are very less play walking and going, and we are cycling and going. That is good. We are always using a vehicle means that that is CNG fuel like CNG that make a pollution, that make a problem. So CFC free product may be used. If you have visited an electric appliance shop or watched advertisements for refrigerator and air conditioner for making purposes, you would have noticed CFC free tag line upon them, when damage to the ozone layer would be decreased. Here, making more pollution means the ozone layer make a problem. So wastage of resource such as water, electricity, minerals may be avoided. Don't waste water, don't waste electricity, minerals also. Fossil fuels also exhaustible in India. Coal is the primary sources of electricity production. Most of our power plant also thermal power project. Fossil fuels, all fossil fuels are exhaustible resources. Exhaustible. That means that finish, will finish. ஒரு நாள் அது முடிய போகும். Okay, coal also like this, petrol also like this. Okay, non-biodegradable substances such as plastic, thermocol should be disposed of carefully. That is, don't dispose here and there. That is a dangerous, that one making the land poison. So By practicing this measure, we can limit the harm done and can also promote the building up our resources. For example, the curb on the use of CSP has helped repair the ozone hole created over the southern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere that CFC has helped repair and ozone hole created. So the ozone layer create the making the hole. So that is dangerous one. Southern in the southern hemisphere. So we don't use this type of fossil fuels, and don't make pollution. We conserve the forest. We conserve the afforestation means conserving the environment. So that is good for us. So afforestation may be encouraged. That is a good one. After we are don't use fossil fuel more. That should be minimized. That is good. We will use solar energy, hydroelectricity power, wind energy. That is good for us. Okay. So conserve the environment. Conservation of environment is very important. So preservation and conservation of the environment, that is good for us. So this lesson everybody study like this. Question answer in the book back questions, you everybody see you have land, decomposition, afforestation, food web, biotic, abiotic, ecosystem, biodegradable, CNG, ecostable, inert, ecology, biodiversity, lichens, that like some that definition given, simple. After that, in short, like that also you read it. Okay. After you one word answer, you write these one word answers. Write these one word answers. After you make next homework, make 10 fill in the blanks from this lesson. This lesson I taught this lesson 10 one word answers. Okay. One word, sorry, 10 fill in the blanks. Make 10 fill in the blanks. After page number 52, define the following. Food chain, define food chain. Define environment, ecosystem, producer, fossil fuels, biodegradable, circulation, biodiversity. These are definition. You find the answer from the book and write in the class work note. These all definition you write in the class work note. That all are single line only. Food chain, what is food chain? What is environment? Only single line. Okay. What is ecosystem? In the page number 51 also that answer are there. You find it in chart. You have land this place also there. You find it the answer and write in the class work note. Very easy one. Don't write wrong answer. Write it correct. Okay. Okay, children. This lesson everybody study. Okay. Study.